Hi everybody, happy Monday. It's the Zen Witch here with another Unboxing the Classics video. Today we are unboxing the Mythic Tarot. This deck was given to me as a gift years and years and years ago. Somebody who's an incredible psychic had a yard sale and I snatched it up. And I bought it, but did I buy it or did somebody give it to me? No, I think she gave it to me, but I never really did anything with it. I sort of put it away, add it to the collection and didn't really look at it until recently. And it's an amazing deck. So let's see the Mythic Tarot, A New Approach to the Tarot Cards by Juliet, Sharman-Burke, and Liz Greene. Cards illustrated by Tricia, Newell. Let's look at the copyright on it. Copyright date is 1986. So this has been around for quite some time. And what's really awesome about this deck is it is based in Greek mythology. Look at the backs. We've got all of the tools. We've got the pentacle and the chalice and the blade and the wand. So they're black, right away. I'm loving them. And, oopsie. There we go. Let me get to, I was reading through these like every card because they were fascinating, and then I kind of stopped halfway through. But let's take a look at the images. There's the Fool. Slightly different from the normal one. It's still the basic image is true. Somebody about to step off a cliff there. There's an eagle over his shoulder. There's the Magician. I love this Magician pose because you see the left hand pointing up. The left hand is the receiving hand. And so that is what aligns with Spirit to bring spiritual energy through and to make that alignment. And then you see the right hand pointing down towards the earth. So we have sort of the as above, so below pose. But we also have, this is what comes through when I read the Magician card, the fact that anything, you've got all the basic tools you need here. That's one of the things the Magician means to me. And the other thing is everything starts with an idea. So with inspiration. So we reach up, we bring in spirit, inspiration. But that idea has to then come through your body in some form in order to be manifest, in order to be something I can put my hand to become real, to take on form. So it has to come through either my mouth, speaking the words, singing the song. It has to teaching the class. It has to come through my hands, writing something out, sewing a mask, making a sculpture, making food. Something comes through my body. Dancing. Something has to come through your body. It has to come through the matter of your body in order to be converted into something material, matter. Also meaning the mother. Mini lesson there, boy, howdy. Okay, so the Magician, the Empress, the Emperor. I'm going to set the Magician aside because I have another story about him. I'll tell you in a little bit. The Emperor, Zeus, as you can see with his lightning bolts there. The High Priestess, isn't she lovely? Ooh, my right ear just plugged up. The Hierophant. So you notice we've got a little bit of a, we've got a little bit of a shift in things. And this is the order that they're in the book. The Fool, the Empress, so the Fool, the Magician, then comes the Empress after the Magician, then comes the Emperor, then comes the High Priestess. And then the Hierophant. So the High Priestess does not come after the Magician or the High Priest. Hierophant. And you see he is the centaur holding a scroll. The Lovers. There's a golden apple. Set that aside. The Chariot. Look at the motion there. That's really nice. Justice. Temperance. So you'll notice, no, wait, there's the Lovers. I'm not going to try to get lost in telling you how the order changes because it's too confusing. Justice, Temperance, way in a different order. Strength, and it's odd because they don't have numbers on them. So I only knew that these were in a wonky order because of the book. Strength, and with a man rather than a woman. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. You see the three fates there measuring out the threads of people's lives. One spins, one measures, one cuts. The Hanged Man. Death. The Devil. I like this image, the way he looks like he's pulling the strings. That's so evocative. What pulls your strings? That is the Devil card. Here are the things that yank on me, that take away my choice. I like this deck so much. The Tower. Here's Poseidon. The Star, Pandora. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. And the World. Look at this two-headed figure. And then we go into the suits. Now, I'm gonna pause and do this a little bit differently because I want to look at these two. I think I'll save my magician story for the end. It's a good one. And this particular magician card. Okay, so the major arcana. The journey is one which is familiar. It's a journey of life which all human beings must take through adolescence and blah, blah, blah. The journey portrayed by the major arcana is archetypal, meaning no matter what the specific details of an individual life might be, long or short, banal or dramatic, good or evil, certain stages of psychological development await us all. We've all been children, have all had parents. We all continue to have an experience of failures and triumphs. All this. Interchanges precipitate external events. La la la. The journey of the major arcana is really the journey of the Fool, who is the first of the 22 images. So it goes on. Let's look at the Lovers here. Okay, here we go. The card of the Lovers portrays a handsome, fresh-faced blonde youth dressed in a simple shepherd's garb, holding a crook in his right hand. In his left hand, he holds a golden apple. 3 women parade themselves before him, for this is a beauty contest, and the golden apple will be awarded to the winner. The woman on the left is regal and mature. She offers the man the globe of the world. The woman in the center is young, seductive, and black-haired. Her diaphanous rose-colored robe reveals more than it conceals. She offers a golden cup. The woman on the right is cool and chaste, dressed in full battle armor. Her pale hair is hidden by a warrior's helmet. She offers a sword. So there's Hera, there's Athene, and there's Aphrodite. And this is the golden apple. Here we meet the Trojan prince Paris, who was commanded by Zeus to judge a beauty contest between 3 goddesses, Hera, Aphrodite, and Athene. So you're going to get that story here in the meaning. And then we have a short paragraph at the end. So there's just a lot of information here. But then we have a paragraph at the end on a divinatory level. The card of the Lovers, when it appears in a spread, augurs the necessity of a choice of some kind, usually in love. So you get the mythology, but then you also get a short paragraph that brings it into a concise form for a reading. Now, I'm going to take these one at a time with the suits because each of the suits tracks a particular myth, and it's really awesome. So Ace of Cups. All right, the numbered cards in the suit of cups. The legend of Eros and Psyche is really the story of the development and maturation of feelings and the capacity to relate to another person. In its own way, it is a journey, although unlike the great journey of the Fool through the major arcana, it's a specialized adventure which circles around the central motif of the human heart. So with the majors, we have this broader archetypal journey of the Fool through the stages of life and the challenges of life. When we get to the suits, we are definitely more specialized, I like that word, It's a specialized context. We're talking about something much more mundane and specific than the archetypal journey of the major arcana. So you get a synopsis of this whole myth of Eros and Psyche. And then the ace. In this card, we meet the goddess who's the initiator and moving power behind the tale of the love of Eros and Psyche. Aphrodite, the foam-born. The 2 portrays the initial meeting between Eros and Psyche. The 3 portrays the wedding of Eros and Psyche. And you notice how these do correspond, some of them, with the general standard tarot imagery. But again, specialized. So there's celebration here. That's the wedding. The 4 is the Psyche, the new bride, seated in the beautiful palace of the god Eros. And 4, so you've got that element of disappointment in the 4 of Cups. And it says, to either side of Psyche sit her ugly sisters clothed in red and black. They're whispering to her that the bridegroom must be a dreadful monster. So it's this kind of disappointment. So you can see how it really does track with the standard tarot. The 5 portrays the aftermath of Psyche's betrayal of Eros. She was never to get up. She was only with him at night and was never to try to look at him, I believe the thing was. So I'm not going to go that deep, but you do get this. And I was fascinated reading through this, how they take the myth and portray it according to standard tarot imagery. And there was a lot of connection. Very, very well written. 6 of Cups. This is the Psyche seated on a rock. 7 of Cups, the goddess Aphrodite confronting Psyche with the tasks she has to perform to get Eros back. So all these different things that you imagine. And the 8 of Cups, the leave-taking here, Psyche performing the final task. The 9, look at the celebration and happiness there, the moment when Psyche is rescued and reunited with Eros. The 10 portrays the raising of Psyche to divine status. And then we've got the court cards. And we do have, a boy of 12, black-haired and wearing a pale lilac tunic, blah, blah. The court cards of the suit of cups are represented by mythic figures who embody the typical characteristics of the suit. So you meet the changeable, vulnerable, gentle beginnings of the element of water with the knight. You meet the knight. We meet the volatile, sensitive, changeable dimension of water. So kind of in motion. With the queen, we get the stable, containing, introverted depths of water. And with the king, you get the active, dynamic dimension of water. So we do have sort of this archetypal, the essence of this thing in motion, in the receptive part and the active part through the court cards. So I won't go through each one of these now with the rest of the suits, but I want to give you an idea of just how very well done this is. And I will tell you what the journey is. This is the suit of wands is the story of Jason and the Argonauts. The aces are all archetypal. There's Zeus. The 2 is Jason standing before Chiron's cave. So there's the centaur that we met in the Hierophant standing in there with the scroll in his hands. So they're very self-referenced as well. This deck will pay back just a little bit of study. Just a little bit of study. And if you are at all familiar with the myths that are portrayed here, you're going to catch on to these so fast. The 3 is Jason arriving at the city of Iolcos. The 4, Jason celebrating with his shipmates after the building of the Argo. So building something together, the 4 of Wands is, talks about collaboration and creating something with someone else. Whoopsie. I said I wasn't going to go through all these, but look what I'm doing here. The 5 is Jason's battle with the dragon, which guards the golden fleece. So you get the idea. I will tell you what the myth is with each one, but I'm not going to go through each card, or this will take forever. 6 of Wands. He's got the Golden Fleece. The 7 of Wands. There's a battle. The 8. The 9. Running on the rocks. The 10. Look at that. Talk about a burden and being hemmed in by your own actions. And we've got the Page and the Knight. So obviously Wands are fire, as is usual. Queen of Wands and King of Wands. All right, Swords, the suit of the swords. The story of Orestes and the curse of the house of Atreus. So here's a dark tale for swords. What's new about that? 2, 3, yikes. 4, the 5, the 6. I hope you didn't just hear my stomach growl. The 7 of Swords. Like a thief in the night. The 8 of Swords being hemmed in and trapped. Look at the Gorgons. The 9. Yikes. Fate's coming at you. Those are the Gorgons again. The 10. Athena steps in. Then we have the Page. The Knight. The Queen. And the King. The images are really pleasing as well. The artwork is stylized and the style is consistent throughout. The colors are nice. I find the images really pleasing to look at. Okay, Suit of Pentacles, the story of Daedalus, the Athenian craftsman who built the labyrinth for King Minos of Crete, is a subtle tale. So there's the Ace, the 2, the 3, 4. Look at him hanging onto those coins. The 5, feeling out in the cold. I mean, they really did an amazing job with sticking closely to, with melding the mythology and the standard tarot images. 6 of Pentacles, the 7, the 8, the 9, and the 10. I mean, look at how well those mirror the standard. There's the Page and the Knight and the Queen and the King. So, excellent, excellent deck. Just so well done as far as the meanings that are written. They're just really well done. And when you get that mythology, that particular story in your mind, it's going to be even easier to internalize the meanings of the cards. Now, the story about this magician card, this is one of the ones that I blew up. I made a copy of and laminated it to use as a teaching tool in one of my rituals. And we were at a different facility than I did Mother Drum at for those 8 some years. And we were doing some dances, and we did the magician dance, which is one of the dances of universal peace, created by a group in Brazil. It is a blow your head off, powerful dance, incredibly powerful dance. And I had this image stood up on the altar, and we had candles and things. And we were doing this dance, and suddenly we finished the dance, and we were standing there just sort of internalizing the energies. And all of a sudden there was this sound, and we looked over, and this image had fallen forward onto a candle and burned a little spot in it. And if I got that out and showed you, there's a little burn mark on it where, the energy of the dance certainly wanted to catch fire. That's one of 2 times I set something on fire in a ritual. Then I learned. The other time was like way early on in ritual. And since that time, I did many, many rituals that were fraught with danger, but never set anything on fire again. So that's just a little story. But at any rate, again, a deck that I would highly recommend. And it is a classic, so I do not know whether it's still in print. I would assume it is. Let's find out. Just on a quick search. Yes, it is still absolutely. I see some used on eBay. I see one sold by Sacred Spirit. I see it on Amazon. Not that I'm recommending. Oh, no. Cards from $138. So it's a used deck on Amazon. So this may not actually be actively in print. The new Mythic Tarot, is that the same? So there is a new Mythic Tarot, different, semi-different images. Interesting. Well, that'll be worth looking up. But if you can get a hold of it, I mean, I'm seeing used ones for like $26, which is certainly doable. So highly recommended. It's an awesome deck. I'm probably going to spend, I say this about all of them, so you know I'm a fucking rank liar, and you know it. I say I'm going to spend more time with this deck. I don't have too many decks. I have too many decks to spend intimate time with every one of them. Let's put it that way. But you know, life is long. So thank you so much for being with me. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Get me to 400 subscribers. Woo! Take care of yourselves. Go out and have some fun. Go out and breathe the fresh air. And do yourself some readings. Comment below. I love to engage with you. I'd like to answer questions and have some kind of a conversation. I will see you on Friday for the next Oracle unboxing. And until then, this is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.